So what we've been doing in the VOA is thinking about how we change our language to start breaking down barriers within the organisation. We're quite a traditional organisation, and we found that we were kind of talking to each other and about each other in ways that weren't inclusive. So what we've done is develop some principles about how we talk to each other. So we've got some what we call words matter principles, which is kind of 5 ways of talking to each other that you need to think about before you begin a conversation, which sounds onerous but really isn't. It's just pausing before you revert to the standard way of talking. So, and it is all about valuing the other person, respecting the space that they're coming from, having honest conversations and valuing the past as well as the future. And that sounds rather obvious when you say it, but it wasn't what we were doing as an organisation. We arrived at that not from a traditional place of diversity, so we didn't come from it from looking at protected characteristics as such, but recognising we need to be more inclusive as an organisation. And that's where the work started, and it's all about changing how it feels to work in VOA. I think immediately in the run-up to the referendum and with the results coming afterwards, the language and the rhetoric that was being spoken was quite different and quite intense and quite emotional, and that had an impact on people who work for us. I think for the first time we had colleagues who were shouted at in the street, which was very traumatic for them and actually quite traumatic for the organisation too. One of the kind of words matter principles that we talk about is listen respectfully and explain politely. Which is not saying you need to suppress your emotions. Everybody feels emotions, absolutely, but not let them contaminate how you engage with people. And we've kind of used that to kind of build on how do we talk to each other when we have different views, and to keep the emotion and the anger out of how we talk to and about each other, to make sure that we're having proper conversations that get to the heart of the matter, that expose where you might disagree, but don't resort into that polarised positioning, which I think there was the tendency to happen, particularly in the media post-Brexit. I think WIG is a great opportunity to bring people from different sectors and different professional backgrounds together in a way that you can mutually respect what each of you bring to the table, because we all have different experiences. We can all contribute to the debate, and what I find from WIG events, it's done in a supportive way that people recognise we have shared problems irrespective of kind of background, and we can kind of pool our knowledge to kind of drive agendas forwards. It's incredibly refreshing to be here with groups of like-minded people who know that we've got shared agendas as a society, whether you're private sector, public sector or voluntary sector.